This year, so much has changed. So much has happened. But at the same time, so little has changed. We're still struggling with the same things. From now on then, decide to live as a grown-up who is moving forward. In this video, treat whatever you believe is right, and as a rule, you never break. Remember, whenever you face something hard or enjoyable, important or not, realize the challenge is happening now, and there's no time to wait. Let's begin. Stop holding back. Seize the moment and enjoy life. Do everything as if it were the last thing you were doing in your life. Marcus Aurelius. Imagine waking up tomorrow and knowing it's your last day alive. How would you act? Marcus Aurelius says we should live every day like it's our last. Not to freak out about dying, but to enjoy every moment. It's like treating each day as a special gift, being super present with people, doing your best at everything. By making strong connections, doing what you love, and turning even boring things into something good. The idea isn't to be crazy or impulsive, but to focus on what really matters and ditch things that don't. Sadly, some people get stuck in bad habits like putting things off or not caring, missing out on being happy. The challenge is overcoming those habits and living in a way that matches Marcus Aurelius's smart advice. It's about using each day well, so we don't look back and wish we'd done things differently. Do not underestimate life challenges and setbacks. I judge you unfortunate because you have never lived through misfortune. You have passed through life without an opponent. No one can ever know what you are capable of, not even you. Seneca. Seneca's statement suggests that one's true capabilities and strengths can only be fully understood in the face of adversity. It's comparable to an individual who has never faced challenges or setbacks in life. Their true potential remains hidden and untested. It's similar to someone who has never had an opponent in a game. Without adversity, they are unaware of their resilience, adaptability, and ability to overcome obstacles. In the absence of life's trials, one may not have the opportunity to discover their inner strength, problem-solving skills, or capacity for personal growth. The quote encourages reflection on the idea that misfortunes and challenges serve as a crucible for character development. If someone has never truly confronted the consequences of their detrimental habits, they might underestimate the difficulty of breaking free from them. Facing misfortunes or challenges related to these bad habits can provide the necessary impetus for change and reveal the individual's true capabilities in letting go of destructive patterns. It highlights the importance of acknowledging and addressing bad habits proactively, rather than waiting for life's circumstances to force a reckoning. Do not only wish. If we want something, we need to work for it. Capability is confirmed and grows in its corresponding actions, walking by walking and running by running. Therefore, if you want to do something, make a habit of it. So if we want to be happy, if we want to be successful, if we want to be great, we have to develop the capability. We have to develop the day-to-day habits that allow this to ensue. Epictetus. Epictetus emphasizes the undeniable connection between capability and action, suggesting that our abilities are not fixed, but rather nurtured and strengthened through repeated actions. Now, applying this principle to our aspirations for happiness, success, and greatness, Epictetus urges us to recognize that these desirable outcomes are not just handed to us. Instead, they are the fruits of intentional and consistent actions. Here's where the notion of habits comes into play. Epictetus encourages us to cultivate habits aligned with our goals. Want to be happy? Make a habit of engaging in activities that bring joy. Aspiring for success? Form habits that contribute to your personal and professional growth. Dreaming of greatness? Develop habits that push your boundaries and contribute positively to your life and the lives of others. Essentially, he's telling us that achieving our desired state of being requires more than just wishful mindset. It demands the dedication to incorporating constructive habits into our daily routines. If we want to detach from negative cycles and end negative behaviors, We must replace them with habits that lead us toward happiness, success, and greatness. Live your life not to impress people, but to reveal the authentic you. I needed to train and discipline my character, not to be sidetracked by my interest in rhetoric, not to write treatises on abstract questions, or deliver moralizing little sermons, or compose imaginary descriptions of the simple life or the man who lives only for others. To steer clear of oratory, poetry, and Bell's letters. Not to dress up just to stroll around the house or things like that. To write straightforwardly. Marcus Aurelius is saying, we needed to work on ourselves and not get sidetracked by showing off how well we talk. No more writing fancy essays about abstract things or giving preachy speeches. We have to stop making up stories about living a super simple life or being all about helping others. And definitely not wasting time dressing up just to walk around our houses. We need to keep things simple and straightforward. We need to stop doing things just to look good or impress people. He wanted us to be honest and straightforward instead of getting caught up in fancy words or unnecessary activities. This is like telling all of us to drop habits that make us look good on the outside but don't really help us become better people. Now, ponder about bad habits. We all have some, right? Marcus's advice is a friendly reminder to quit those habits that might make us look good temporarily, but don't really help us grow. Let's focus on habits that genuinely make us better people. So, if we're stuck in habits that don't lead to real improvement, it's time to let them go and choose habits that help us become the best versions of ourselves. Do not be cruel to others. Always choose to be kind. Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. Seneca. Kindness is something we can always do, no matter who we are or where we find ourselves. If there's a person around, there's a chance to be kind. This is a reminder that in every interaction with others, whether it's a friend, a family member, or even a stranger, there's an opportunity to show kindness. Now, connecting this to bad habits, it's like Seneca is encouraging us to end habits that prevent us from being kind. Maybe it's a habit of being impatient, judgmental, or just not paying attention when someone needs support. Seneca's idea nudges us to be aware of these habits and replace them with the habit of kindness. At the end of the day, how we're remembered is defined by how we treat others as we move through the world. We need to accept that other people react to stress and change differently, and react with compassion, understanding, and grace. By keeping ourselves accountable to how we react to others and manage our emotions, we can have a positive impact on the world around us and act as role models for others. Remember, if you make a mistake, go back to the habits you've been practicing. Don't give up just because you're not flawless. Nobody expects you to become a completely different person next year. But if you're not moving closer to the person you want to be, what's the plan? And most importantly, when are you going to do it? This is again, powerful quote. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you once again in our next video.